Hello, hello! Welcome, one and all. Welcome to my stream. I am Paladin Ashe, here to stream for you again. And today we're going to continue with the playthrough we started last stream of Hogwarts Legacy, the controversial game of 2023. So far, so good with it. I got reasonably into the story last time. So I'm going to start up the game and pick up where we left off. Let me bring up Steam because I cannot find it on my desktop. And before you ask, you click things on your desktop. My desktop is such a fucking trip to look at. I sometimes blast people in the face with it. It's hilarious. But anyways, Hogwarts Legacy. Oh. What do you... Oh, okay. Just about had a panic attack. Just about had a panic attack. Because I was like, wait, what? No, don't tell me that I didn't like retain the save file from the previous day. I would pitch to fit. Ah, yes. Actually, you know what? While we're at it, play mods. No, I don't want to look like fucking, Yennefer. Yeah. I don't know why they have that, sort of, no, okay, they explain it. The default ready for anything pose doesn't suit characters in the Hogwarts Legacy. Like, I've got her dressed up like a governess, and she's like, ugh. Not the shader boss. Not the shader boss. Not the shader boss causing it to load weirdly. like you can see that, right? I want to say 2023, 2022 was the beginning of the shader boss pandemic. Yeah, the fucking like Western developer nonsense. Of course, Monster Hunter Wilds did the same shit. And that's by Capcom, which is a Japanese company, though by a Western develop. I don't know. It becomes so nebulous once Japanese companies enter onto like the international scene. that did nothing. But whatever. I'm curious. I'm curious. Okay, I guess it's the whenever possible part. While we're here. I'm not above having cheat mods if I can get them. Deathly Sallows. That one. Nah, I think I've got a good look right now. Victorian. Not that dedicated. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get into the game.
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow, like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver! Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls to...
They were there because of Me? I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade with Rookwood.
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me, and he would have, had Serona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
Sorry, chapstick.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. The restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
Professor Fig, as if my schedule wasn't congested enough, the Ministry has charged me with arranging the rather inconvenient arrival of a new student at Hogwarts, a 5th year, if you can believe. Professor Weasley insists that they will need an escort and mentor to help them acclimatize before term begins. I've assigned the task to you. Please see Professor Weasley for details. Professor Phineas Nigellus Black, Headmaster. You know, I actually don't regret the white wand now. It has a sort of elegance that contrasts with the dark clothes.
Heard you're defending Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is such a thing as trying too hard.
Those bitches ever change? If memory serves, I don't have the spell necessary for that yet.
What do you want? If I can
I believe that was a ghost being attacked by his wife.
If only a new student were to help me.
I believe we have some matters to discuss.
What was that slack-jawed look you had when I approached?
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency to you completing your defensive magic assignments. As such, you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs, and, when necessary, defending against those who would wish to do us harm.
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get started, I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be surprised by some of them. Astonishing how much students don't think their professors know. When you're finished, come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
2 cross wands, complete a round.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased.
Don't care, bitch. Don't care. Oh. Quest.
Might some kind soul help me?
Fine, I'll fucking help you.
Are you alright?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you? Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Gobstones. Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work
she's
out
a
how
bit
to
of
get
an
them back on
annoying
my
twat,
own.
but I kind of
I don't
agree,
think
it
I
is an
know the necessary
overreaction.
spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once, but not a word since.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the
I love
help.
how she lists off
If you
all the
do
characters
find all
who
of my
actually have like a
gobstones,
name.
do come and
versus,
see me
like,
again.
the dozens of
I'll be back to
NPCs
playing
that are
Snake
just
Pit and
background.
Jackstone by myself in no time.
I'll help with that eventually. Or right now.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Oh, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
Zenobia, Zenenia.
The headmaster hates everyone who isn't a pure-blood Slytherin. Every time I'm there.
Man, the fucking leg workout that we
I'd better
have.
keep an eye on high places around the
just
school
going
for
through
Zenobia's
Hogwarts.
gobstones.
Oh. Okay, so let's work this one out. Starts at 0, goes clockwise. So 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 2 is 5, so 4. Weird fucking not owl thing. As for that, 1 plus 3, so basilisk. Well. 3 plus 5. So 1, 2. Looking like octopi is well, okay, that's not an octopi, but whatever. 5 plus gecko, so 5 plus 6 would be 11. So for 15, I need 4. So it would be fuck owl thing. Let's see. Let's see. Octopi thing is 5. 5 plus 6 is still 11, but we need 17 this time, which means we need 6, so we need gecko. Octopus. 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's owl thing. Okie dokie. I'll add you after my stream. Thanks for stopping by, otherwise. Octopus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. It's unicorn. Okay. Okay, that looks cool. Even if Quidditch is thoroughly lame.
Revelio.
Arithmancy classroom guide pages. This classroom is where students learn about the magical properties of numbers and numerology, though a great many opt instead to spend the period counting mooncalves whilst nodding off at their desk. I mean, okay, I realized that as a teen, I was no less indolent, but come on. This sounds cool. The numerology, wouldn't that imply that arithmancy is kind of a... Oh, I already figured this out. Well, figured is a stretch. If memory serves, I did not find this room when I was originally playing this game.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for some obvious fogstones.
Go up and up and up, up. We're gonna be golden. I actually haven't watched that movie yet. Class sizes in fucking Hogwarts are tiny.
Revelio.
freestanding model of a hand is demarcated to help students in the practice of palmistry. Depending upon the angle at which this model is read, it either has a considerable lifeline or is likely to die in a fortnight.
Revelio.
Madiwa Onai. Under Professor Black's direction, it is my honor as Deputy Headmistress to offer you the position of Divination Professor at Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft. We are thrilled at the prospects of having you join our distinguished faculty. Please inform us of your intentions as soon as possible. I eagerly await your response. Warmest regards, Professor Matilda Weasley.
Revelio.
So it's not up here, or it might be.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for some of these gravstones.
I've always said that travel... Revelio.
I believe that's right there. The Dalian keys have not been revealed to me yet.
Leviosa.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Let's see.
1 plus spider equals 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 plus 1 equals 9. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fucked owl thing. Um, 21 minus or less 21 is 13 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there we go. 13 plus 3 is 16. So 5. 3 for 5. Weird octopus starmy Starro thing. has to be the undercoat. Since she's running around, she may as well look the part.
Revelio.
Sherbert a lemon.
Revelio.
Ravenclaw door knocker. To gain entrance to the Ravenclaw common room, one must solve a rather esoteric riddle using logic and reasoning posed by the eagle door knocker. One sec. I must handle an abominable intelligence. Chemical Tract 74. By virtue of that, it implies that you could just be like, yeah, so here's the riddle and get access.
Revelio. Lumos.
Okay, so it's upstairs. Get out of my way. Out of my way. Why did you bump that open? Fuck you, fuck you. Rude.
Revelio.
This way. Been there, done that. Kids are turned around in this school.
Revelio.
Right, I think I need Incendium for those.
Revelio.
That requires Aloha Mora. That requires
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Revelio. Lumos.
Next one over. Man. The absolute chance to be a fucking glutton in Harry Potter land would be there. Like, goddamn. Like, look at this! Look at this! Look at all this! None of this is just like actual food. This is like, okay, the fruits are, but like, this is all confectionaries. Why are these all out? It's not even Christmas. Like, there's pie, there's cake, there's fucking cream puffs, muffins, cupcakes. What the fuck are those? Lollipops, donuts, fucking carrot cake, I think? And like tortillas, I guess? Hand pies? What? No, bring it all back! Random black chick who looked like Natty. Fucking bring the food back, please. Tell the fucking, you know, goblins or whatever.
Revelio.
Fucking bring the food back. My character is hungry. So very hungry. Oh sweet, a door. $24 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. For 24, I would need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, spider. Okay. For 14, 0 plus 11, 3. I would need, basilisk. Wait, no, not basilisk. 3-headed snake. Yay! I can on the fly do math.
Revelio.
Aloha Mora.
Revelio.
Weird fire font. Probably requires Incendio.
What are you up to now?
But that bitch has like the most like confrontational way of saying that.
Revelio.
Hogwarts Architect. Shown here over some, but the 4 houses, blah blah blah. Who is credited with the yeah, but he doesn't have a fucking name. Appears. A door. Dragon plus 4 equals 6, so 0. Chopped owl. 5 plus 11, or 5 plus 6 equals 11. So 5. 3 for 5. Octopusy thing.
Revelio.
Downstairs. I desire the ability to... Like, that was it? The ability to leap over railings. Like a glorious ballerina.
Revelio. I need to sell shit. Revelio.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself. If I haven't said it before, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
When I originally played through this game, I played as a Ravenclaw. I specifically did not want to be
suspect you have a
basic
sharp eye for
and
fashion. Be sure to stop by
played as
whenever
something
you're
that
about.
wasn't Gryffindor. This time around, I decided to go with fucking Slytherin. Though honestly,
I suspect you have a sharp eye for
I kind of
fashion.
would have preferred Hufflepuff.
Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
I don't know. I like eating food and you know, and academia a bit too much to be a Slytherin or a Gryffindor.
Revelio.
Also, hey, Lopside. I kind of skipped past saying hello. Can't see this man's face, but he's got fucking Asterian's hair. Well, not as much, but still. I was saying the last fucking, you know, stream that you can really tell a fan setting based off of, does it have a thing that can be turned into a personality test? And does it have a thing in it that, like, most fans would say they'd love to have one of their own? You know, case in point, a lightsaber or a wand. Or the house versus, fucking factions in Warhammer, or, you know, factions within the Inquisition, or what have you. Okay, now that my inventory is cleaned out. I think most people would fall into either Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, regardless of what most of those tests show. Because most people like to eat food or vibe, or they find the academic magic stuff of, like, Hogwarts intrinsically more interesting than Quidditch. Which I am definitely one of those people who's just, like, so done with Quidditch that I'm just like, no, I'm not interested in it. Stop making it about Quidditch. Like, I enjoyed the movies, and when people were like, they didn't have the Quidditch in the later movies, I'm just like, oh no, I don't care. Harry's over here being like, I'd like to be an aura. I'd like to be a fantasy cop. But what's that? I spend no time on my classes and spend most of my time obsessing over Quidditch. Where's that fucking gobstone? I think I've been this way. Aloha Mora. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, Quidditch is a neat concept, but I've never been so deeply enthralled by sports as a rule that I found it, like, more interesting than literally everything else. And even within the context of Wizarding Society, you've got Wizards chess, you've got, well, of course, gobstones. There's probably other stuff that they don't really talk about that I have forgotten about.
Levioso. Accio.
I do not have Repulso. This map depicts Argyllshire, a region in Scotland which contains the Hebrides, native home of the Hebridean black dragon. What about the Hebrides nuts? Got him. Literally just running around finding shit now. Like it's an open world game.
Here I I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as we're only...
What are you doing in there, nearly headless Nick? What are you doing? This is
He
the
tried to stop me, did
girls' washroom.
Sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar.
What are we trying to say about this,
failed
nearly
at
headless
his
Nick? What are we
containment
trying to
jar,
say?
So I took my revenge to reach
What
out
are
of
we
the
trying to
jar.
say?
It was granted my privileges. Be
Shut the
handsome
fuck
and
up,
neat,
Peeves.
Or I'd fire up the cannon.
You weren't even
so
in the
she
movies
agreed.
either.
To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim. Whee!
Revelio.
Revelio. Revelio. Man, I can't even remember which fucking wand core I kept getting. I should do the test again. I think I generally got Gryffindor out of like, you know, the personality tests though. I'm too morally conscious, at least on paper. Lachlan the Lanky. This statue depicts the wizard Lachlan the Lanky, a tall, slender wizard who appears quite proud of himself. For what precisely, no one knows. Well, huffing his own parts, like most wizards in this setting, probably. Did I say that? Yes, I said that. Did I mean it? Yes, I fucking meant it.
We beg silence of you.
Just go into a different portrait if you're so bothered by the sound. Oh no, I've been bored.
Lumos.
Lumarino. Oh! My first handle. Gear. Oh, that's a nice contrast. I know the wand is basic, but I'm using mods to look like a governess, so I figured it like really made for a nice contrast. There's a fucking mod store for this game. Like, not a store, but like... Ah! Literally had like mods and selections and a library. I was just like, damn, that's unexpected.
Revelio.
Portrait of Barufio. This portrait depicts the wizard Barufio, famed for his brain elixir and as an example of what happens when incantations are improperly spoken. He once said S instead of F and found himself on the floor with a buffalo on its chest.
Revelio.
Honeyduke's passageway. Hidden behind the statue of the one-eyed witch is a secret passage from Hogwarts to the cellar at Honeyduke's. It can only be accessed by using a particular charm.
Lumos. Levioso. Reparo. Accio.
Well, it's a charm I don't have and probably will never get. Where is this bitch's gobstone? A lot of fucking work just to get some brat her fucking gobstone.
Revelio.
That's where that one is, and that's where that one is. Okay. Okay. 15 plus 2 is 17. I need 23. So that would be a 6. 1, 6. Gecko. Let's put the gecko up there. Basilisk plus, or 3-headed snake plus Hydra equals 19. So 3 plus 9, 12. So 19 is 7. Weird fucking Cthulhu oxygen thing. Hey, Chonka. How goes? Above me? Ah, okay, here we go. Found out in Goblin Slayer D&D exists. Okay. That's made funny by the simple fact that Goblin Slayer is basically D&D, so it's like a game within a game. Then again, chess is basically like battlefield visualization and tactics. You could see D&D in its original state as being very fitting for an adventurer's life. D&D before, I think, 3rd edition was pure dungeon crawler. And that's the reason why I say, like, the equipment list hasn't changed at all since 1st edition. Hey, Goblin Slayer. Wanna play, adventurers and adventurers and abyss? Does it involve goblins? Yes, goblins are in the book.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstone. Just one more gobstone.
How nice to see you, my young friend. Revelio.
You know, now that I think about it, Goblin Slayer would be absolutely like... What? Nightbot, leave Chonka alone. I need to properly set up Nightbot. I apologize for that. Fucking, you know, Goblin Slayer would be that one player that, like, the DM hates, but not because he fucking, like, rules lawyer. So he's autistic enough to rules lawyer, but he's also clever enough to see around the rules and violate them without breaking them. Like, he is absolutely that guy whom those like comedic lists of things I'm no longer allowed to do in an RPG, what is that? It would be like, I remember there was one on the list, like Mr. Glenn's 1001 things he's no longer allowed to do. That's like an old list from like the live journal days, in an RPG. One of them was quite literally, I'm no longer allowed to abuse thermodynamic, skip the cave full of bandits by abusing By abusing thermodynamics and building a fire at the mouth of the cave. Looking into mirror. Wow, he's describing you. Hogwarts Herbology Award. In addition, in recognition of exemplary skill in the field of herbology, Hogwarts bestows the special award upon 7th year Hufflepuff, Mirabelle Garlic. From mandrakes to mistletoes and bubotubers to bouncing bulbs, her work with Flora has exceeded all expectations. Oh right, the teacher in this who people wanted to do things to, because she got them big old ditties, or the big old ditnies. Oh, chest.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
In this vicinity somewheres.
Here. That's the last of Zenobia's gobstones. I should go and see her.
Alohomora.
Revelio.
House elf armor. This set of armor for our house elf is rumored to have been made by a cruel wizard who wanted his house elf to protect him in battle. Happily, the wizard was too dense to realize the armor could, in fact, be considered clothing. The moment the elf donned it, he disapparated right out of it, never to be seen again. But yeah, that's me. But my normal tactic is let's break the game more. How can I use this in an unintended fun way? Use a thorn whip as a grappling hook and a sling for a magic stone. Slings are undersung in all fiction, and there's a reason why I fucking love the Plague Tale games. That, and they fucking devastate me emotionally. Sometimes you just want to play a game that makes you feel a feel that, you know, you're unlikely to feel in your daily life. Yeah, like, okay, they are undersung, but like, there's a reason why David was able to kill Goliath with a sling. Fucking, I've watched people use a sling to, like, you know, shoot a rock, you know, at like a cliff face, and the fucking crack sound just from the sling alone, much less the actual stone striking its surface. Yeah, like they're the like some of the oldest ranged weapons, and it's like, okay, you know, they can't really compete necessarily with a bow and arrow, but that doesn't mean they're not lethal. It just means they don't got the range. They don't got the range, and they don't got armor piercing, which, to be fair, most bows don't until you get to a longbow, and at that point you need to be somebody who is raised to use a longbow. A sling requires skill, but for the most part, you don't need to have, you know, an archer's, rib cage to pull it off. Yeah, that's another thing. Literally any rock will do. Plus, I always kind of vibed with the whole, like, alchemical ammo thing. Oh. I saw that fucking tag.
Lumos.
Don't fucking think I didn't see that.
imagine being able to pop into Hogsmeade for a butterbeer whenever you wanted.
To be fair, if you learn how to disapparate, in theory, you should be able to do that too. Now, where was I? Right, I'm going to Zenobia Zelenia.
Revelio.
Haunted toilets. Unless in dire straits, it's probably best to avoid this particular toilet, as it is allegedly one of Peeves' favorite pranking spots. Wonder if Peeves would be like a little bit peeved if he just sat there and continued shitting even as he tried to do like pranking. But yeah, some DMs don't like it when their players are too cute with their clever tactics, but at the same time, some do. It just depends on, did you just kill my my BBEG with some bullshit that like is perfectly
I hope
reasonable?
you've had more luck than I did tracking down my gobstones.
Hello, Zenobia. I've found all of your gobstones.
Really? I didn't think it was possible. However did you do it?
Common sense and basic magic.
Well, may I have my gobstones back?
Of course. They are yours after all.
Oh, how wonderful. I shall dedicate all of my future victories to you. Speaking of which, now that I have all my gobstones back, I wonder if anyone in the common room would be up for a game.
I'm sure they'd be willing to play after the trouble spent getting them back. It's a fine idea.
Isn't it? Oh, we'll have so much fun together laughing as all the losers get sprayed, which won't include me. Very well, off I go. Wish me luck.
I used to read this one webcomic on the subject of magic. It was called Dominique Deegan, Oracle for Hire. And while the art was kind of iffy sometimes, I still, loved it. And it was very much like magic for days. And one of the tactics a character really enjoyed doing was creating an illusion with an explosion spell inside of it.
Two cookies simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from the fight.
Yeah. And, fucking... Illusion craft is very much like an undersung form of, like, magic when it comes to it. It just requires a little bit more thinking. I haven't played D&D in years. The last major DM I had was my brother-in-law, and let's just say I don't spend a lot of my time around my brother-in-law for a fair reason. He can be a bit frustrating as a person sometimes. He's one of those DMs who believes that the relationship between DM and player is adversarial. And we had this one guy who was admittedly a moron. He played a Beguiler, which is sort of like a spell sword with an illusions focus. This is 3.5. Well, 3rd edition with a dose of 3.5. I won't get into that. Needless to say, it was kind of an asinine sort of stance. But fucking, this guy would use illusions and more times than not catch mad flack for even trying to use illusions.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Is everything all right?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
So, like, this is another webcomic I read that's kind of hilarious. Like, not illusion related, but so this character in it, her name is, it's a superhero webcomic. Her power is that she is multiple bodies, each quantumly entangled to each other. Which is to say, she has one mind, but she can be physically in multiple places at the same time, can uncreate any of these bodies at any time, which commits that body's mass back to her own. And she can also teleport to anything either within sight or anything she has absolute familiarity with. So if she wanted to teleport back to her home, she could do so. If she wanted to teleport to India, she could not, unless she had a vague memory of that place and could formulate it in her head. Anyways, point is, at one point in her college years, while at a party, she proceeded to be this has been fun, but I need to log off for now. Then emotes taking off a VR headset and then teleports out of the room. She proceeded to cause the mildly drunk group of people to lose their fucking minds. Which is something you could do with illusions. A chaotic evil rogue in a lawful good campaign. Damn. I'm just gonna say the DMs set themselves up for that one. So oh shit, we're in a lawful we're in Metropolis. And you're playing the Joker. Wait, what do you mean you stuck a bomb inside of you stuck a bomb in Metropolis and tied it to a dead man switch inside Lois Lane's chest?
Why would Professor Mole conjure flying keys?
What do you mean you just
is that it has something to do with keeping peeves
Superman
out of things.
to
But that may
hallucinate?
or may not be true. He's a poltergeist. I thought they could go almost anywhere.
Surely you'll be trying to complete the challenge as well.
I've tried, and I can't even get past the first cabinets. Perhaps you'll have better luck. I'd love to know what's in the cabinets.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them. I hope you follow a few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
The thing about Hannibal Lecter is that I think the only thing truly chaotic about him is his motivations, if you will. Because, the man is strictly polite, and if you were strictly polite towards him, generally nothing happens to you. But if he takes an interest in you, something might happen, but it's usually he might gaslight you into doing awful things. But it'll be to the point that by the time he's finished working you over, you perceive it as the most rational thing to do. Beyond that, I'd describe him as more at least pushing neutral evil.
Oi, can you help me?
Hello? Were you calling me?
I was, yes. Thought you might be interested in joining me for a bit of an adventure. Following a treasure map, to be precise. Slight respite from battling the odd troll, I should think. Asked Poppy if she'd be interested as well, but couldn't drag her away from her puff skein. I found 2 maps lying about, both leading to locations around Hogwarts. Care to have a look at one?
Following a Hogwarts treasure map. Count me in.
Wonderful. Hogwarts fascinates me. You can keep whatever treasure lies at the end of your map. I'll be satisfied just knowing where it leads.
Where do you suggest I search first?
Based on a cursory review of your map, I'd suggest somewhere near Hecate's classroom.
Very well. I shall take a look if I can find the time.
Fair enough. Meet me back here if you find anything.
I ended up being a king by the end, and my inclusion turned a mid-game reveal easy encounter into a super tense hard fight, nearly killing 3 out of the 6 of us. Huh. Oh, use Accio on the snow painting in that one stairwell. I think that's in this area, actually, somewhere. No, not here.
You can't imagine how inconvenient.
It's funny because, like, a current story idea I've been basically obsessed with for a bit, since I do world building and, like, write prose as a hobby, focuses on a character who I cooked up in my head because I had an autistic hyperfixation on the alchemist class from Pathfinder. Because the alchemist class can do some diabolical shit. Even just like towards itself. Literally one of your discoveries is that you get a familiar. The familiar
A rhinoceros
is
skeleton.
a fucking
I'm on the right
tumor
track.
that is either on your back or stomach. And it operates much as a familiar would, with like having like a form that can be sculpted to a certain shape. And because Pathfinder 1 puts in a lot of effort into just like giving you the ability to cultivate like a class to your tastes.
Seems crossed ones isn't as secret as it's believed to
and
be.
other things to your tastes. One of the things that, let's see. And other things to your taste. You could also cultivate like your familiar to your taste. That's like there's templates for it. And there was a template that they specifically nerfed to not be usable by alchemists for their tumor familiar. It was literally the bodyguard. And the bodyguard is like had some like cracked tanking abilities. And the reason like they nerfed it is that like you used to be able to use that for the tumor familiar, but they made it so that like
I can't believe
the tumor familiar didn't qualify anymore. The qualification was you had the familiar had to be like intensely loyal to you, but like the tumor familiar had no reason not to be loyal to you. The tapeworm familiar doing its part to keep the druid's slim figure.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Flintlocks do exist in the Goblin Slayer, but only one guy has one, and he called the Spy, and works for the Rogues Guild, and it's building a speakeasy. Rogues Guild is not part of the Adventurers Guild. So her slim figure then.
Try work. Sisters.
Poor Susan in those second-hand robes. Looks like her grandmother in them. Smells like her too.
Well, my father naturally assumed I'd be a strong seeker just like him. I say thank Merlin Quidditch was cancelled.
He said I had a complexion like a hippocampus egg. Fancy saying that? I think it's because I don't sleep well.
I was distracted by...
Man, I always find that aspect about like Harry Potter wand lore both fascinating and a little bit mind-boggling. So like your wand chooses you. This is known by everybody because they are told as such by some iteration of the Ollivander family. Everybody gets their wand from an Ollivander. It's just how it goes. Fucking Ollivander will find you a wand for you, and everybody makes a big deal about this.
You know, there is such a
And
thing
then
as
Neville
trying too
Longbottom
hard.
gets saddled with Neville Longbottom and Ron both get saddled with hand-me-down wands. Ron because because his family is poor. Neville because his grandmother was attached to the memory of you know, his parents before they got, you know, mind blasted by the Cruciatus curse into being in fucking Saint Mungo's. And like, both of them struggled for years with magic purely because of this. Ron because his wand is fucking beat to hell. And Neville because his wand just didn't accept him. And it's like, we all know this. We all call this. And his family's just like, oh no, your wand's broken. How could you? Fine, we'll get you a wand. Next year, immediately starts improving.
There's the fountain. I'm getting closer.
Revelio.
Like, genuinely, that always bothered me about, like, a lot of things in Harry Potter, which is that, like... Oh, he certainly took pride in it, but it's like, it's very clear that, like, okay, he was operating under the false belief that, like, his magic was because he was just barely not a squib. But honestly, it's like, okay, but if somebody's just barely not a squib, why wouldn't you ensure that they have the best that they need to you know, survive as a wizard? Not by the bin of your binny bin bins. Where is...
Revelio.
Make your point! I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
Yeah, like, genuinely, I get why Ron was, like, so, like, he fucking hated being, like, the youngest son in his family, because it's, like, the very iconic duo of youngest son followed by baby of the family daughter. Like, he gets nothing but hand-me-downs. Ginny gets new shit, short of maybe, like, some, like, secondhand books. But, like, Ginny genuinely was, like, getting, you know, like, better shit simply for being, like, the youngest and only daughter out of the family. Whereas, like, Ron got the short end of the stick because he already had, like, what, 5 brothers above him? It's like, Fred and George, Percy, and I think he had 2 other brothers after that, who were, like, barely in anything because, like, they were long since graduated. It's hard to remember because, like, genuinely, you know, I don't claim to be an expert. It's just that I grew up with the books, you know, as did so many. Did I just go in circles? Yes, I went in circles. Which makes the whole, you know, Peter Pettigrew sleeping in the same bed as, fucking young boy thing kind of even eerier. Like, I get that he was physically just like a hand-me-down, but it does start to feel like, like a bunch of boys aging out of acceptability for the guy who's, trying to do things that I shall not say on stream. Maybe that's just me being uncharitable because Peter Pettigrew is by far the most loathsome character in the setting.
This stairwell looks promising.
Ah, yes, here we are. Fucking
Looks like a
Accio.
portrait from the map. No, what? Aha! There was a doorway hidden within the portrait. I wonder what came of Arthur's search.
He got embroiled in Arthurian lore. Ha!
Professor Weasley must be exhausted doing her job as well as the headmaster's. We're lucky to have her.
Honestly, fucking, Prisoner of Azkaban is kind of a frustrating novel. Purely at the simple fact that, like, as an adult, I'm over here being like, wait, so in a room with two former pranksters, one of which is the Defense Against the Dark Arts, one of which escaped from Azkaban, so he knows a thing or two about bondage and spellcraft surrounded to that. And then there's Hermione Granger, who, one of her highlight moments in the first novel is paralyzing one of their fellow students with a curse. And nobody thought to use such a spell on fucking, you know, Peter Pettigrew when they needed him to present testimony that he was both alive and the perpetrator of the whole situation. You know, they proceed to just be like, we'll drag you out by your arm, and then, like, at the first sight of any sort of, like, distraction, he just turns into a rat and escapes. It's like, on the one hand, a lot of shit was happening. On the other hand, not enough shit was happening. Like, they were slow boating it out of the Shrieking Shack when they saw that, like, the full moon was up.
What have you learned?
Hello, Arthur. Thought you might like to know that my map led to a doorway hidden within a portrait.
Oh, how clever! Mine led to the boathouse. Barely found the treasure before I saw the headmaster coming. He shooed me out of there, but not before I got a few galleons richer. What did you find?
I found what I believe is an authentic historian's uniform.
Oh, that's lucky. Seems as though we both had success. Glad I enlisted you to join me. Well, on to the next Hogwarts mystery. Wonder if a quick rummage round Weasley's office might yield anything interesting.
I should like to retire to a small hamlet when I'm older. One just like Brockborough. So many interesting people from all over the world come through Hogsmeade. You never know who you'll meet. Spotted a vampire from Romania last year.
Prefects would conveniently go on holiday.
I think they only only didn't have their wands because they were disarmed by fucking, Sirius Black. They probably received their wands back, like, not long after. I can't remember. It just feels like, in context, somebody could have done something. It reminds me of Chanwell's O's fuck, what's the word? Their stencil over jobs and their dubbings of scenes from from Harry Potter, but comedic. Harry, you assaulted a teacher. Killed one in first year, Hermione. Keep up. Okay, now where was I? Who was that chat? Well, it's a cat. Watch as I become the cat whisperer of Hogwarts. And all of these stupid students with their wandering outdoor cats learn to love me and respect me as their queen. Well, that reminds me, where, boo, movie's giving all of Ron's big moments to Hermione. Yeah, that is one of the downsides of the movies. Like, it's kind of hilarious. So, like, the movies retain Hermione's initial first-year sentiment. You know, which is to say, oh, it feels kind of exciting to commit crimes. Said in the movies, by a point where she's already stuffed Rita Skeeter into a jar, cursed a girl to have, like, snitch, like, across her face for the rest of her days. And, was sneaking around for the better part of a year using a time turner. Meanwhile, Ron goes from being like, okay, he's a bit of a dumbass, and he does have his moments where he's being a bit of a prick, but he's genuinely a loyal friend when you get down to it. Like, he is the guy who will throw down and get into a fist fight with somebody twice his size if they insult his friend. Yeah. But in the fucking movies, he's all like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That would kind of get in the way of my living, and I'd rather, like, Harry just die and Hermione get, like, punched in the face. I don't want that. Like, he's much more of a coward in the movies. He gets done so fucking dirty.
Astronomy at Ouagadougou. Although I can't see anyone being as passionate about it as Shah.
Yeah, fucking dude had he was like, I might have a broken leg, but I'll fight you. Get away from Harry. Where was I going? Right, Daedalian Key. Diderinos, Didalena, whatever. Where do I want to go for this? I want to go... It's like, on the one hand, I appreciate that, like, the movies put more of an effort into showing, like, the Hermione and Harry side of the friendship. Because one thing I didn't really care for in, like, the books is how it feels like Harry kind of just, like, gives Hermione the short end of the stick because, one, Ron's more fun, and...
A Daedalian Key. Wonder where it might lead me.
And two, because, like, Ron's more like the brother he always wished he had.
Off on another adventure, are we?
There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there?
Yeah, so like the movies certainly show more like of them just being friends and Hermione being more of a emotional support.
That's it.
Yeah.
An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
But like at the exchange, it fucking means that like Ron is kind of a shitty friend in like the movies. And I'd also say like the exchange also like deprives a lot of Ginny's like, best moments in a way. Fucking, there's a reason why like, book Harry and Ginny is like a good fucking romance. But movie and movie Ginny and Harry is fucking not. It's similar with fucking, like, Snape, who, like, fucking, he's so well acted in fucking, in the movies. And, like, there's an actual, like, conflicting nature of him being such a prick, but also, in his own way, being concerned about Harry, that it's, like, a believable, like, setup. In the books, it's like, the dude literally looks for every possible situation to have, like, fucking Harry thrown out of the school. That, like, come time that they reveal, actually, he was doing it because he loved Harry's mom all along. It just feels so conflicting.
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant. What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like some sort of house token. I bet it unlocks house chests. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in Gryffindor and heard they're also in the other common rooms as well. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
I should see this through and find the Slytherin house chest. Lumos.
Man, I would fucking just cast spells for days. Like, I'd be fucking looking up spells just to know fucking spells. I'd be like, can I have a fireworks spell? Can I have a flower spell? Fucking, I'd be looking for, like, cool-ass shit. Charms would honestly be a really fun class. Like, Defense Against the Dark Arts is all like, oh yeah, defend yourself against the legitimate monsters in this setting, and that's reasonable. Fucking... I would probably fucking, spend more time in charms, though. Charms and potions. Yeah, that's another one. Fucking Transfiguration sounds so cool. Like, I get that it's, like, frustratingly hard and very deep in theory, but, like, behind the scenes, you kind of get the idea that, like, magic is more than just, like, the wand swinging. But, like, damn, if that's going to be, like, the crux of my entire existence in Wizarding Society, yes, I'm gonna focus on that shit.
This must be my house chest. Seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Oh, you can disapparate all you like, but I saw you. 1,000 paddlings. No. You're thinking of the basilisk. But Slytherin's, house room is behind a, like, secret snake, like, snake movie thing. Basically, the wall just, like, shifts out of place. Gonna eat these nuts. Gonna eat these apples. Aloha Mora. It's like Dishonored. We're all fucking... Oh. Yeah, of course. God, that's the biggest fucking cupcake I've ever seen. These are giant fucking cupcakes. I'm fucking eating more. Come on, come on, come on. Don't worry, my girlish figure is, Nightbot, leave him alone! Didn't do the animation. She's eating the paper fatty. You know, honestly, I'm gonna agree on the Hufflepuff one because, like, all of the other ones are in asinine places. Fucking Ravenclaw is up a fucking tower. Fucking... You have to climb so many stairs for Gryffindor. But you're in the fucking dungeons for Slytherin. At least fucking, like, Hufflepuff is, like, right beside the kitchens. Oh, oh, oh. Who just had the fucking bunt cake in their fucking room? Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking eat that, that slice of cake like that. Another apple. Yeah. There would definitely be like a mold and condensation issue from being under the lake. Unless, of course, they've mastered, you know, vapor barrier magic. Fucking, you know, fucking modern American mages who get into construction. Tibetius! Oh yeah, the utility magic is 100% something that I would focus on. Like, when a mage is like Tonks, for instance, at one point, says that her mother could make socks fold themselves, but she never had the talent for it. It's like, okay, but that sounds like a skill issue out the ass. It sounds like you're not very good at cleaning your fucking room. Like, if you aren't good at casting the fucking cleaning charms, why are you even trying magic? Oh, I wanna shoot a cannon spell, Bombarda. Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's never gonna get used in your daily life. Most people fucking exit Hogwarts and either, like... Honestly, that's, like, one of, like, the gray areas of Wizarding Society in the books is... There isn't really, like, the specialization of magic that you'd expect there to be. Like, there's a, like, college and trade school exists for a reason. Because, like, at a certain level, post-secondary exists to refine your path to a certain area. Like, don't get me wrong, colleges today are full of like idiots, but in the past it's existed for a reason. I fucking God, the fucking like absolute like, you know, state of things where you just graduate high school and you're considered good for like, you know, the workplace because you've got enough owls and what were the like the final you know stage, the quality wizarding levels or something.
Revelio.
There it is. There was a series actually when I was younger called Worst Switch. I think the Canadian adaptation of it was what I experienced. But I want to say it's like either a British novel series or something else. But anyways, the idea is very similar to Harry Potter. A young woman named Mildred Hubble goes to like a girls' magic school, and she sucks because she's basically Muggle-born. Yo, she has no magical experience. She can't even fly on a broom, and she's afraid of heights. But like she gets better over time. Like genuinely gets better over time. And I remember the TV series had her going to magic college like after she graduated. I think it didn't, like, it kind of just, like, got canceled around then, but, like, God, it was such a good series. Yeah, okay, I should do, I guess I'm already there. Quests. Crosswalks. Yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna prioritize anything, everyday fucking magic charms is going to be so useful. It feels so fundamental too. Like, I remember, I think it was it Neville who basically was like seen receiving career counseling from McGonagall, and he was talking about how his grandmother tried to get him to take other things, and she was like, "That's stupid. You're taking things that are good for you, and not what your grandmother wants you to do for like the family name." And like, she basically like his grandmother told him that charms was a soft subject. And it's like, no, that's the backbone of your schooling education. What are you on about?
Revelio.
Yeah, he is super gifted with it. Winds up the herbology teacher and everything. that's one of the things.
Brilliant.
I like his movie incarnation because he gets a lot more moments to shine. And he's developed outside of like being like the useless, like, you know, floundering guy who only like starts to shine in his like sixth year onward. Like, yeah, 6th year. Fucking, was it? Or was it 5th year? Fucking Order of the Phoenix, when he's in like, you know, in Dumbledore's army, he starts to like show off legitimate capability. Fucking, and onward, like, you know, he like leads a quite like a background resistance and keeps the flame alight in Hogwarts during 7th year. But like, up until that point, his whole thing is being like comedy. You know, having shit go wrong for him and being like the saddest victim that you ever did see in potions class, which is an odd contradiction given how good he is with herbology. And then like you find, and then you find out, you know, in the movies, he's like ballroom dance trained by his grandmother, which pays off mad fucking hard going into the winter ball. Whereas like in the books, it's like, oh yeah, he can't dance and stepped on, I think it was Ginny's feet all night. It's like, I feel like ballroom training for a kid with from like magical aristocracy or fallen aristocracy would make sense.
Yes.
Like the waltz was absolutely one of like the absolute you know, like dances of aristocracy. It's highly refined and very formal. They love that shit.
Revelio.
Oh, I just stole his badge. Okay, cool. Alohomora. Oh, I don't have to Alohomora. Memorandum. Date, 31st of December, 1875, from Aura's office. Subject, Borgin and Burks. Borgin and Burks has had an increased amount of activity outside of ordinary shop hours, particularly in the wee hours of the night with suspicious deliveries being made to the shop's back entrance. Given what we know of the shop's reputation, we are adding more auras to join those that have already been watching the shop. You're amongst the new additions. Further instructions below. Man, I think I'm in my open world era right now because while I've played this game before and I enjoy open worlds, a little bit before this, I was playing No Man's Sky, which I have started and stopped many times up until about 3 weeks ago. For some reason I had it, but just couldn't get into it. And then just a few weeks ago, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it an honest go. I'm going to see what I can do. Been playing it pretty consistently. Randomly got a freighter team and wound up with a settlement on some shitty planet that I'm trying to recoup. It's not in a good state because it's got mean people and they're very not productive, and it's deeply in debt. Billions of credits. Okay, 11 plus 2 is 13. So I need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spider. Starro plus from Hydra. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 9. So that's 14. I need 3. 3-headed snake.
Revelio.
Where is it? statue of Gregory the Smarmy. This statue with an ingratiating grin depicts the medieval wizard Gregory the Smarmy, the wizard famous for inventing Gregory's Unctuous Unction, a potion that makes the drinker believe whoever gave them the potion is their best friend.
That's the last time I have a potion idea that I don't write down.
Revelio.
There it is. Leave it as three-headed snake.
Revelio.
I'm hearing it over there.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Hello. I don't believe we've met. Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Honestly, I feel like Hogwarts is the kind of place you would go mad from just being in. And the reason for that is because, like, the whole setting feels like it's designed to gaslight you. The stairs shift position just, like, on a whim. There's a fucking room that if you desire something super hard, it will show up. But if you don't, it's almost like it was never there to begin with. Yeah, the paintings are fucking sentient and move about. And like, there's oodles of hidden pathways. It feels like a structure that, because it's so mystical and magical, is designed to gaslight you.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it? I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind, but I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Oh, it's good that she's not a Ravenclaw. Yeah, the actual ghosts of the dead who will just show up at random. Fucking like, yo, fucking Moaning Myrtle's not even around at this point because she dies in the 50s if memory serves. But fucking, Peeves will just like launch himself out of the toilet at you. Fucking, you've literally got like nearly headless Nick or the Bloody Baron floating about.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
He's a poltergeist. Isn't that basically the same thing?
Illuminating that solves the mystery.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Then in the end, it didn't.
What didn't?
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting. You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Yes, you should have, but you didn't. I thought. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna fucking equip that. Okay, so that's kind of ugly, so... Oh, that's darling. It's not as shapely an outfit as the governess outfit, but I don't mind going around in that. No. Just no. Hey, Fal. Pince-nez. It always comes back to the pince-nez. Vaguely. I still push people around in the hallways, but that's their fault for being in the way. So it's kind of like, so this is like one mystery urban fantasy series out of England called The Rivers of London, which I read through up to date a few years back. It's still ongoing, but like the general gist of it is that the main character is a member of the constabulary in London. He's a very, like, he's like a recruit level sort of deal, but he's like at the end of his like recruitment period where they're filed into like a agency that will befit them. They don't really have a choice in this matter. It's just kind of like a job position they're given. And he's basically told because he has ADHD, not the words used, but his lack of focus and attention on the job is why he's being given the paperwork job. Behind the scenes, he was almost put into basically being an undercover cop because he's black. His recruiter manager dude did not want that to happen. Not because he didn't think the guy could do it, but because it puts him in like gang warfare, risks and whatnot. Anyways, it's urban fantasy because he acquires the attention of a wizard who is himself part of like what's known as the Folly, which is the wizarding organization arm of the policing force. It only has one dude these days, ever since World War II, that's connected. But he basically becomes this dude's apprentice. And one of the first antagonists in the novels is a spirit of essentially revelry and chaos, known only as Mr. Punch. He possesses people, which physically morphs their faces in a horrific fashion that kills them, or, leaves them basically, like, disfigured beyond all belief if they receive proper medical care. And he proceeds to play out sequences from fucking, Punch and Judy's plays. It's kind of fucked up, but it's actually, like, in terms of, like, mystery shit, it's actually neat. The only reason I struggle to recommend it to people is that the, writing is just a smidge kind of self-indulgent about certain aspects. Like, British culture, but I expect, like, a story that's set in any particular area to be self-indulgent about things like fucking Dresden Files being set in Chicago, or fucking the Mercy Thompson series being set in the Tri-City area in Washington, and like talking a big talk about the area there. Like, of course you're going to like emphasize that. What I mean by self-indulgent is that because the character's black, he has a tendency to like bring things back to the racism angle. It's not like every page, but it plays into things. I like this outfit already. Okay, yeah, this fit's working.
Professor Weasley said she'd help me with my switching spells after class. I think she's tired of finding partially transfigured items about the classroom. I still can't believe that girl wrote her essay on shrinking solutions and thought it would be clever to shrink it before handing it in.
I mean, if she planned for it to expand afterwards.
Lumos.
Desperately need to improve my charms mark.
Revelio.
Man, I would have zero complaints if I attended a school like, okay, I'd have complaints about navigation. But goddamn, the classrooms are so beautiful. Like, your herbology classroom is like this gothic fucking greenhouse. It really must be a more recent edition though, because Hogwarts was built in like I think it was like late Roman, early medieval. It's been 1,000 years since Hogwarts, more than 1,000 years since Hogwarts was founded. Yeah, like, at that point, it's like, you could just shrink it down and put it into your pocket. I've heard some absolutely diabolical things with like shrinking and increasing stuff. Like, just being like, oh, well, I shrunk down a fucking luggage container and then got you to eat it in your cereal this morning. Have fun with that.
Lucky we get to use brooms. Relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Okay, seriously, I need to stop faffing about. I have been basically just running around, finding and doing random shit this entire time.
Can't get.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow.
Seems crossed ones isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
I mean, owl delivery is like only difficult because fucking, you know, it seems like a lot of fucking mages are, shall we say, C-grade mages. And it honestly kind of comes across like it's not even a matter of, you know, they can't do it. It's that a lot of mages, wizards in the Harry Potter verse kind of huff their own fumes. Like, they look down on muggles for, like, you know, not having wands and, you know, having to find workarounds. But muggles routinely have better workarounds purely because, like, they're workarounds anybody can use. But a lot of wizards seem to just, like, not... Plumbing? Alright, plumbing. Fucking... Yeah, like... We have, like, actual plumbing, whereas, like, Hogwarts, yeah, it's got piping. It just shoves it all into the fucking lake. Also, there's the whole, like, meme about disappear me poop 'em, though I want to say that's not canon. Ha! Yeah, that draws the question, Fel. Where do they get their water from? I assume...
Me, you are a lost cause, aren't you?
Fuck you. Like, I get magic and whatnot, but like... That really does draw the question.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Lumos.
Leviosa!
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like, I love Fate's Day Night, partially because it goes into a lot of the stuff that Harry Potter does not when it comes to, like, the mage community. Like, mages, very specifically, go out of their way to eschew, like, modern technology. Purely because, like, it's part of their, like, ego to do so. And as a result, when they're faced with anything, clocks, VCRs, and stuff like that, they have no idea what they're doing. Also, hello, Odds Eye King. Or Odd Eyes King.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Yeah, Val, it comes up here or there that other mages are just completely inept with technology. Like, Cowlus in Fate's Day Night, that's the guy from Apocrypha who was, Fran's, master. He uses computers and is actually capable of using technology, and he's considered eccentric for doing so. Most mages shun technology. Hell, Kenneth Almaloy looked down on Kiritsugu because Kiritsugu was like a dude who's known for using underhanded tactics, i.e. technology, to take out mages. But that same dude who used underhanded technology bypassed the guy's entire warding system in a hotel by blowing it the fuck up. And in an actual duel with the dude, proceeded to trick the guy out by getting him to erect his barriers, and then proceeded to shoot him with a gun loaded with bullets that fucked up the dude's mage circuits. As a result of that, the guy went from a prominent mage from the Clock Tower Association to fucking nothing. An invalid in a fucking medical bed.
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
God, she would absolutely, fucking, like, just destroy some people, like... It's like, I love how Ubel's magic is like, oh yeah, because I can visualize something can be cut, I can cut it. Yeah, sure, defensive magic can stop me. But like, as soon as you put it as an enchantment on cloth or hair, it's like, hair and cloth is meant to be cut, and therefore I can cut it.
Oh, there goes my wager.
Stupefy! I'm the one! Stupefy! Act like a winner! Stupefy!
Bam!
You're better than that! Potato! Stupefy!
Glad I didn't bet on that round.
I do love throwing shit in
Nice
people's
work.
faces.
Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. In fact, the second duel is ready when you are. And as a fully initiated member, you now have access to the official Crossed Wands training dummy. Very good way to master spell combinations. Come and see me and I'll set it up. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Man, I honestly could see that happening. Like, goes into surgery, understands how flesh can be cut more than she did before. Hi, Natty. And then, like, magically becomes, like, fucking dangerous to flesh more than she already was. Honestly, I'd be surprised if she couldn't do that now already, though, because, like, flesh can be just cut by a knife. Therefore, flesh can be cut. Dude puts a protection spell directly onto his flesh. It would have been better if he had, like, the beehive barrier that Fern uses.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna duel...
Yes, Natty.
Then let's get to it.
What can I say? I like
Ready
Natty.
to get thrashed? Apologies in advance.
Apologies in advance. Breakthrough with force spells. Oh, Akio.
Stupefy. Act like a winner. Levioso.
Expelliarmus! You're better! Instrumental hero!
Ow.
Come on.
Big hits that round. Bravo!
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Yeah, Harry Potter and Doctor Who did kind of, you know, make the scarf kind of like one of those aspects of an aesthetic for a setting. Oh, I don't got Alohomora yet.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the...
Of course. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your... If you need to stop...
Levioso.
Accio. Excellent form.
Levioso.
Good one.
Levioso.
Shit.
Levioso.
Damn it.
That was something.
Turbo Grandmother's gonna insult me to my face. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
That's it. I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I'm prone to spamming the button, which is not exactly the greatest way of fighting in
Assignment's all
any game
finished.
with, like, combos. It's one of the reasons why I was never particularly great at combos in, you know, Arkham Asylum.
You could have gone a bit easier on me.
Perhaps I should stick to potions.
Seems I'm out of the tournament thanks to you.
Oh, shut up, bitch. She showed up and ate ass and deserved it. So glad summer is basically over. Fucking got an itchy spot on the back of my, where is she? On the back of my, like, leg. And it's fucking so because of a mosquito. Be gone, mosquito. Mankind does not need you in this world. I mean, literally, if you literally, some of the best moves come from you getting your combo, gauge up high enough, and not fumbling it. But I was a chronic fumbler because I was basically just like wailing on things. I want to say the logic there is that mosquitoes are an endangered species because they're only on one planet in the galaxy, which is to say they're only native on Earth, and therefore only and therefore also primarily feed on humans. Like, that was basically what Bubbles argued, or Cobra Bubbles argued as, like, a reason why Earth shouldn't be destroyed by the aliens.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able to accommodate you.
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hecat.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor?
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement. Concentrate, and keep your wand steady.
Honestly, that's one of the great mysteries of that movie. Like, why did that even concern the aliens? Which I think is part of the joke. It really shouldn't have concerned them. It just did.
Good work.
Hello, Hamora. Petricus totalis.
Incendio! Levioso! Incendio!
Getting it. Keep at it. And here. Incinerate yourself.
Levioso! Incendio! Accio! Levioso! Incendio!
Setting things ablaze is certainly cathartic, isn't it?
Incendio!
Well, yeah, like, I imagine that is kind of like the intended joke is he picked mosquitoes, which to us are a nuisance species found on every continent. He could have picked literally anything. He could have picked literally anything. But then again, when you think about it, rhinos and elephants, as you say, if he picked those, aliens might have either discarded that argument because humanity is like, hunted them to, like endangerment. Whereas mosquitoes, we've postulated the idea of basically doing shit to wipe them out and have the means to do so. We just don't. And, you could argue it's like, oh, well, like, it's all to the good because they're an endangered species. Versus if he picked elephants or rhinos, They could either be like, humanity is the main threat, kills humanity, or, well, they're nearly extinct anyways, destroys the Earth.
Ah, there you are.
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Heckert.
So I hear. She tells me you've taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig! I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
Man, that man really did leave a black mark on his family.
Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
Secrets of the restricted section. Oh.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that he'll know how to sneak in to the restricted section. I love how the basis for this painting is somewhere between kind of fucked up because of like the implications it has on history, or the fact that it's basically a witch experiencing her tickle fetish. I mentioned it last stream, but literally at one point in the novels, they were like, so witches weren't really caught by the witch trials, except for this one witch who really liked to let herself get caught. And then she would just cast a charm that made it so that the flames just tickled her and be really dramatic as like she was burned alive. And that is not the expression of somebody basically being tickled.
Sebastian, there you are.
I was hoping to see you. I was in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack and saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow.
Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
I mean, the painting, no, and I don't think the lore either, but that's because it was a throwaway line.
Seems he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this portkey.
A portkey? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me. Whatever it is.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am. Meet me outside the library tonight. And tell no one.
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madam Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books. So do all that you can to avoid her.
She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt. But a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves, the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be. Cast it and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light, just as long as you keep your distance and stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Captcha code. I am human, I swear. Let's see, there are 5 fire hydrants in this. Yes, there was only fuck you. I guess I have to look for buses now. Okay.
Revelio.
No, not what I wanted. Disillusionment. You. Sense. And then investigate.
Silent as a grave.
How long does this spell last? I sometimes forget. I assume indefinitely.
Blast! The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
Damn! You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
I'll walk right this way.
Good gracious, what a mess!
That wasn't so difficult after all. Now, to find that book.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
Mental compulsion magic is one of the things that I find kind of... But like, while I would certainly say the magic of the setting is implicitly weaker than others, there are also implicit situations where it's not. Like, Hogwarts literally has an enchantment on it that makes it impossible for you to plot it on a map. And if you're a muggle and approach it, it looks no more than a derelict castle. And while you're looking at it, you get this strong implication that you have something you've forgotten about that you need to attend to. See. Use basic cast while undetected to lure authority figures and enemies to a desired location.
Ghost, don't let her see you.
disillusionment magic has been a thing since the novels. They use it in, I believe they use it in the opening of the Half-Blood Prince. No, wait, no. I think it was the final novel. They essentially get everybody to look like Harry and then disillusionment charm Harry. The general gist of why an invisibility cloak is better is that an invisibility cloak actually makes you invisible, whereas a disillusionment charm is octopi camo. The idea being that it's a trick of the light that you don't quite see unless you're up close to it. And most invisibility cloaks wear out over time, whereas Harry's was special in that it did not wear out at all.
We must remain unseen.
It was a family heirloom going back generations.
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
That's why his cloak was special in the first place, is it was one of the Deathly Hallows. Alleged by the legend to be, you know, the Cloak of Death itself. Though, we'll probably never get quite the full rundown on that. Honestly, that's like another case of like where the movies succeed and a little bit fail versus the books. Fucking at the end of the Deathly Hallows, you know, Harry uses the Elder Wand to fix his wand, which he didn't do in the movie, which is lame. But he also is now that it's possessed by me, and it is owned by me, when I die, it passes to no one. It's like, it is a piece of wood. Break it in half. Why are you letting anybody have this thing? You know, sincerely, me questioning the logic here. You know, like, that shit is literally the reason why we got the cursed child.
Secrets of the darkest arts. I'm impressed.
I mean, yes, it's a sentient piece of wood. It's a sentient piece of wood that I could break over my knee. Give me more spell slots.
Prepare. Who have we here? Sebastian Sallow and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't you...
I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
Wait, I don't want you getting into trouble for me.
I have a way with the faculty when it comes to disciplinary matters.
That was Peeves, the poltergeist.
I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search.
He's not present in the movies, but he's he's a book character who's heavily present kind of in the background.
I know just the spell to repair this armor.
You would think so, but then again, that's like chaotic evil characters to a T. I wouldn't call him chaotic neutral because he just genuinely is kind of an asshole. He's like otherwise inoffensive, but he's still an asshole.
Of course. Traces of ancient magic.
It's the ancient magic of vagueness.
There must be more to this one. That's it.
I like this game, but the ancient magic is very undefined. Like, I use it to fling shit at people. And like a past user used it to pull people's like grief from them. But like, honestly, I don't remember it having much explanation beyond that. Oh yay, spectacles I'll never use. I mean, I'll equip them, but their appearance will stay strictly hidden, and I can't use them anyway. A fedora. Oh, that looks nice. Oh. Ooh. A fedora the Explorer.
Where might this lead?
Athenaeum. Okay, time to put Lumos back on my wand thing because I don't need to hide from people.
Incendio! Revelio.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Gift of ancient magic accumulates by successfully attacking or taking damage. Successful 10-hit combos will begin generating ancient magic power-ups. Collecting these will greatly fill your ancient magic meter and recover a small amount of health. When at least one segment of your ancient magic meter is full, you can cast devastating ancient magic attacks that deal massive damage and break shield charms. Like, it does work, but goddamn, ancient magic is one of those concepts that just feels, like, ill-defined.
Lumos.
The chest?
Ha. Accio.
No, the ancient magic. However, will I get it?
Levioso! Incendio!
Carpet, it seems so simple, but my D&D brain can see it used in Wizard Duels, cast it and add their wand and pull. Carpe retractum. Okay, I'll admit I've never played any of the other, Harry Potter games. What did that one do?
Levioso! Heal! Levioso! Incendio!
I've seen bits of, the Dungeon Meshi anime, but I've, mostly read the manga. And it varies about how magic is in that setting, considering the fact that, there's magic school and then there's dark magic. Red beam spell used to pull faraway objects. Huh. Yeah, it really just seems like it's the Harry Potter verse is operating off of a kind of weak logic, if you will, about a lot of the spells. It's I would use this. Why wouldn't I? Get over there.
Revelio.
Well, that went about as well as I would expect. Incendio! Fuck you, I want that chat. Oh! Never mind. Most blitheringly easy puzzles, and I'm over here I can't do them. Shut the fuck up, Ash.
This must be the way forward. But to where?
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, they don't really go into it, but at the same time, Harry Potter and Friends kind of missed out on 7th year as it is. But, it does feel like one of those things you'd start to learn proper at some point, so you can make your own magic.
Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me. is a book after all.
I mean, Snape was a fucking nerd out the ass. He was passionate about magic because of how much he disdained his home life. So it's like, yes, he was gifted, but at the same time, you know, it takes more than being gifted, as we know about, like, gifted kid burnout. In his case, you know, he probably learned all that shit because it was the only thing he had. Doesn't really seem like he had many friends out of school. Damn, this bucket I didn't even stick into the well is dry. Must be a drought. Your stream was stuck for 5 minutes? Damn. Twitch is really fucking sloppy sometimes. Could you hear me at least?
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor Bakar.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad. Especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year.
Okie
I've
dokie,
never heard
lopside.
of another like us.
Miss Morganach, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too. But we have never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that
Dick.
appear when a
So many dick.
particular
Absolutely
form
free.
of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morganach.
Before I can train you to wield such magic, you must first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a
Shit,
select
the vague ancient magic. The ancient magic of vagueness.
Such we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But
that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
there was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
Lumos. Got it.
Professor Black, you might think that just a ban on magic in the library. Someone has been sneaking into the restricted section, and Cressida Bloom seems to think the library as her own personal arena in which to practice her latest incantations. It is most disruptive. One might consider Peeves tame by comparison to such antics. I even need a library at all at that point. Hey, Moaning Myrtle knockoff.
Lumos.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood? Makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section, as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Okay, now I gotta fix my fit.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Natty, it just sent a select that, the world map. Limiting what you can see. Hamlets of small communities. Okay, well, I'll attend to that. You will remove fog and reveal more, unveiling more opportunities like hamlets and okay, whatever. Successfully avoid attacks by dodge rolling. Cast Incendio on enemies. Okay, well. The girl from Ouagadougou. I like that the outfits are like varied enough that I've been able to justify changing outfits by the day. So, governess at some points, wearing a nice little kind of almost Renaissance, outfit. Huh. Let's restream chat. Sweet. That reminds me, you mentioned something earlier about wondering how a horse would respond to a centaur. Honestly, that's a fair question. Centaurs are a very questionable thing in, like, fantasy. Not because the idea, makes no sense, but because, like, when you really get into the logistics of it, you're like, okay, but, like, which part carries the child if they get pregnant? Which part, which part has the genitalia? Which part, like, does what? And how would, like, a horse versus, like, a centaur interact? Because centaurs in this setting just like being mistaken for a horse. But honestly, I could see centaurs being, like, a weird form of, like, word that I shall not say on stream, relative to us and apes, basically.
Revelio.
Stealing people's money. So fun. Ah, blinded by the light. Make off like a douche in the middle of the night.
Incendio!
I mean, that was the Hagrid's hut. That was the gamekeeper's hut. Of course, we've got leeches.
Lumos. Revelio. Incendio. Incendio! Incendio!
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
That was poorly aimed.
You come to the wrong place.
Your life hanging in the air, not mine.
This is...
Levioso.
We got from here.
Incendio. Levioso. Incendio.
Me down.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Sections being updated with the new type.
Get over here, you excited!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Top of my dead body!
You little... Not today!
Levioso.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills.
What were those?
Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
Nocturne Alley? Look, I'm not addressing the my wife thing. Gay people have existed in history. Fucking... Yo, and plus, it's never really established if that's even an issue with fucking Magic Society. Which has very real reasonability to not be. Who knows? Fucking, but like, Nocturne Alley? Why would you have a shop in Nocturne Alley? That's like, sketchy area.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were mere myth.
mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared!
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Incendio!
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyres sink.
Gazavo. Gazavo?
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
Gazabi Nabi? Gazibi.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Trekking off-roading.
Incendio!
Ugh. Kind of reeling from that right now. Excuse me. few witches or wizards correctly trace the history of Scotland's indigenous mazes back to their rightful source. 15th century dark wizard known as Eunan Blackwood. Born Eunan Wood to a non-magical branch of the Wood family, Eunan was misunderstood by his Muggle parents and in an effort to fit in, sought solace in the family trade, hedge trimming. He could allegedly control the blackthorn bushes with his mind, creating beautiful designs with each. This both impressed and infuriated his rather intolerant family. Their resentments only worsened upon young Eunan's invitation to Hogwarts, where he was sorted into a Hufflepuff house. It was at Hogwarts that Eunan's first met one Artemisia Black, disowned by the Black family for her mother's dalliances with Artemisia's Muggle family, or father. The half-blood Artemisia's relationship with blood purity was a complex one. She considered herself worthy of her mother's maiden name and blamed her father for her ostracization. At the same time, she did not fault Wood for his Muggle parentage, but rather considered him to an unwilling innocent victim of Muggle impurity. Huh. Follow the right wall.
Cursed fiends.
Revelio.
Hedrian Black Scale. The Hedrian Black is a large dragon that can grow to over 9 meters in length. A large, rough scale originally belonging to one of these beasts is one of the prized possessions that Archie Bickle keeps in his hideout. A Merlin trial.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
crowd.
Is it really a puzzle or just a plain sight on how to fucking thing? Die. Oh.
Levioso! Incendio! Potato! Stupefy! Accio!
England didn't have any wolves by this point in their history, though.
Incendio! Potato! Stupefy!
Oh, it's a book in the background. So we're coming up on the end of the stream. I'm actually thinking I shall run a raid on somebody. It's gonna be Bo. It's gonna be Marshall Beaumont if he's on. Let me check that. Huh. Wait. Yeah, he's up. Yeah, it's gonna be up. Raid, Marshall underscore, okay, so I will be back tomorrow at the usual hour for probably Helldivers with the chums. That's currently what I've been led to believe what we're doing. You'll hear if anything else gets in the way, you know. As for Monday, it's looking like Monday is not going to happen purely because I've got my mother coming into town to, you know, handle some stuff, getting my house painted. We've got carpenters coming, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, real life stuff. I am sending you off to Bo now. I have been Paladin Ashe, and I am signing off. Ciao.